Hi, I'm Michael Beardsley, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. This was going to be an advice for actors video, but as it turns out, it's really an advice for everyone video. I'll start off with a little bit of backstory. I left my job of over 2 decades last November. Now, most actors do not make a living off acting, so we have what is called survival jobs, which is a job that has nothing to do with the industry, that just helps pay the bills. And I had one of these. I had one specific survival job for over 2 decades. I was a night manager at a Rite Aid drugstore, specifically in Sherman Oaks, California. I thought this was a great thing. I had my days free for auditions, and it was consistent income. The job was never good. Largely, it was because of the customers. They're hostile, they're disrespectful.
Your security is sitting right there and hasn't moved the whole time.
He's got cameras. See that little screen?
Okay,
That's called
And
cameras.
of course, as the manager, I had to deal with all those problems.
Because you don't have anything on tape, you fucking lying piece of shit.
Get out of here.
Every year, they cut the staff more and more and demanded more out of the employees that they still had. And every year, things got worse. I was literally being attacked by homeless people. And then they decided to remove the security guard. So I gave my 2-week notice. I left without having another job lined up. You might think that was a mistake. Best decision of my life to leave. I felt so good after I gave my 2-week notice. I didn't realize what a weight that place was on me. Thankfully, I was able to get unemployment because I quit for cause. I didn't want to be murdered by homeless people in the middle of the night. I followed exactly what I said could be done in my video, Cost of Living in Los Angeles. It is possible, I did it. In the time I was unemployed, I did several side jobs. I did 4 Uber Eats deliveries. That was at the very beginning. I realized that I really don't like Uber Eats. Not that I don't like to deliver, but there was just way too much time waiting for orders to come in. I helped set up the gear for the 80s band Fast Times. I recorded video auditions for actors and also coached them. I was hired to edit religious videos for Recalling Spirit Ministries. I edited the credits for Millicent, Me, and the Apple Tree. I got hired to edit 2 trailers, Enchanting the Sea and Winds of Dakota. I helped Rebecca O'Brien with her Hollywood Fringe Festival stage show, Getting There. I was an unofficial Uber driver, meaning I drove somebody places and they gave me some money. I got paid to be a dancer. The 80s band 80s Invasion, the lead singer decided to give me his cut of the tips. Throughout my unemployment, I continued to be the on-site coordinator for We Make Movies. I also continued to recycle my aluminum cans. I sold some old VHS cassettes to a store called Whammy. And of course, I was paid to go and act in a film in Virginia called The Hitchhiker Effect. And then unemployment ran out. And I still didn't have a job. Was it a mistake? No, it was not. That place, Rite Aid, was toxic. My mistake was not doing it earlier. And that's the crux of this video. Do not stay in a toxic job. There is something better out there. I do have a job now. We'll get to that in a while. But I did a lot of interviews before I found this job. I interviewed at Lowe's, and I was supposed to interview at Kohl's, both of which were very early on in my unemployment, before I really knew I didn't want to go back to retail. I had an interview with a company called Dirty Hands, Wells Fargo. That job probably would have got real boring. I was offered a job at the zoo. The pay was really bad. I had a phone interview with IKEA, but they weren't offering enough hours, and they said I should come in to interview for a different job. And then when I came in, they said, "Oh, sorry, that job's been filled." I gave an estimate to edit some videos for a law firm in Orange County. Industrious offered me a job. Unfortunately, it was in Century City, and that was just too far for me to drive. I had a 6-hour interview at Warner Brothers for a tour guide. That would have been a fun job, but it was also only a summer job, and frankly, the pay was really bad. Dunkin' Donuts interviewed me, and they are idiots for not making me an offer. I was kind of desperate because that was when my unemployment had ran out, and I probably would have taken a lot less, and that job would have sucked.
Exactly. You will serve me. I will need somebody in here serving me. She'll serve you. What you think you're going to do? Now tell me to calm down. Now tell me to be quiet. You better get my money, miss. Somebody better get my money.
I was offered 2 different jobs at Laderack, I guess it's called. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but it's a sweet shop that is in malls. One in Woodland Hills, which I declined because it's just a little too far for me to drive for what they were offering. And 2 in Glendale, which they offered me after I had already got a different job. A former boss of mine offered me a job at CVS, but that would be exactly what I was doing before, so no way. And the job I eventually got is, I now work at the Getty Museum. The atmosphere is great. The customer base is so much better because it's people who are there to have a good time, to enjoy art. They're not in a hurry. We have plenty of staff. We can get our work done. Please come visit me at the Getty. I'm in the gift shop, so it's still retail. It's just a little bit different. The commute, not fantastic. And even when I arrive at the Getty, unless it's the weekend, I have to take the tram all the way up the hill. This is a really small trade-off. The job is well worth the extra commute time. The moral of the story here is don't stay in a toxic job where you are miserable. Don't sell your happiness today in pursuit of a career. That might never come. I'm a realist. I'm in the acting industry. I might never make a living as an actor, but I need to enjoy my life along the way. And with this job, I don't dread going to work. It's just like my philosophy on not overdoing it in terms of auditions. Really, you have to find the balance for you. How do you want to live while you work toward your goals? Do you want to go on every casting site available? Do you want to submit on Craigslist for these little BS projects? Or are you going to choose the best and not focus all your energy on something? And instead, stop and smell the roses, so to speak. And that's what I've learned, and that's what I was blind to about my job. I was comfortable. I knew I would have an income there, and I was afraid to take a chance. Don't sell your happiness today for what might be tomorrow. You probably should actually get another job before you leave your old job, but start looking. There's something out there. If you're just starting out, you might have to get a really bad job at first. But don't stay there as long as I did. That's what I have to say about that. So, do all the things. Like my videos, subscribe to my channel, watch my other videos. Leave me comments, please. Did you leave a terrible job? Let me know what it was. Do you work for Rite Aid? Oh God, I hope not, but tell me in the comments. Oh, and I have a Patreon. Problem. That's another way maybe I can make some money. And until next time.